Well, what's up, proxies? FOXSOL here, and before we get into today's topic of conversation, I want to take a brief minute here to just say to every single one of you guys who is subscribing to the channel that holy moly. I did not expect to have such a supportive community that, would watch the videos, watch the stream, come help me with, with ZZZ, learning ZZZ, and be so receptive. And to each and every one of you guys who is out there subscribing to the channel, that is commenting, that comes onto the live streams, whether you like me, whether you dislike me, you have a place here. It's a safe place, and I want to make sure that you all know how much I do appreciate it. I was a Weather and Waves player that converted over to ZZZ because I was pulled in not by the Gooning, but by some mechanics, and we're going to talk about that here very shortly. So with that being stated, in today's conversation of topic, we're going to dive into the deep hollow depths of a dramatic discussions of double standards, of tunnel vision behavior, name calling, and all sources of gotcha life entertainment, if you would. Basically, we're going to be talking about Tonus. So, if you're ready for it, let's get set and let's go. So in today's video, I would like to go ahead and, yes, discuss our favorite Weather and Waves player, our Kuro toilet seat of the day, Tonus. Because it does seem like to me that he is still on the verge of dismissing and throwing shade to others when information is presented to him that counteracts his arguments. So, with that being stated, like I said in my last video, this man straight up is the type of person who likes to go take a heaping fat dump in other people's homes instead of just in his. And I know several of you out there, that's probably doing your own research, and I hope you are, and not just blindly listening to a person like this. And hopefully, with several of you people out there who may be watching this video, I do implore and hope that you are doing your own research and not blindly following a single person's, rantings, and coming to your own realization of just how much, in this case scenario, this man's personal behavior is actually kind of psychotic. Because you see, for myself, I am new to ZZ, and like I said before, thanks to everyone in this community for being so supportive. You have all taught me from the streams that I've been doing a lot about ZZZ. And in a relatively short time, if I do say so myself, and I'm forever grateful for this, because I personally have learned from all of you just how these topic points that, Tonus likes to bring up is absolutely, and pardon my language here, but absolutely pure bullshit. And because there is more things that surround ZZZ than just being a person on the outside of the glass, observing it and saying, oh, wow, this is bad. When there's actual people who is in there that can counteract and say, hey, look, buddy, it's not really that bad. And here I think that, is a good time to which I would like to go ahead and share just a little bit of knowledge from what I have developed and what I have experienced and express this to you. Now, I think personally, I might not be the best person to go through these type of topics with, because I really am not a person who knows 100% of ZZZ. I am still new. I am pretty much within my first 2 weeks. I have my goal set up of what I like to accomplish with the game, but I do think that I could put my own personal perspective, since I do have over 3,000 hours plus playing Weather and Waves and 100%ing the entire game, that I think I can give you a point of view from a Weather and Waves player's perspective of what I've learned. So if you bear with me, I think that we should go ahead and discuss, let's discuss the HP inflation, really. Because this topic keeps getting brought up. And I want to try to put a perspective out there for those out there who may not have played ZZZ, or maybe they did at least try it out during the launch time and, maybe not quite have liked it. Well, let me express that from the launch of what ZZZ had, from then to now, a lot of things have changed, and the old ways you used to play, well, they particularly don't work quite the same. I mean, for like, let's take for example right now, with ZZZ, you now have 3 ultimates rather than using one shared ult. This would, in my personal opinion, constitute for a change in the enemy design surrounding the HP. Just because the player's character without it would be just hitting really hard to the point to where, you know, it would act like Weather and Waves, where you could kill everything in like 13 to 30 seconds, in all honesty. But ZZZ is not about coming into a fight really and killing something super fast. It's about the thrill of the fight, about harnessing and developing your skills, just enjoying the battle through learning, through understanding mechanics, and just building a knowledge. And on the topic of HP inflation, I think a really good video would be from Muzzy that expresses more about the HP inflation and has taught me a lot as well. So if you are more interested, I'll share that video down below in the links. Take a quick watch at it, and I'm sure you'll actually build up a bigger knowledge than if you haven't already. But I think what I'm going to do here now is I just want to go ahead and give you more of a take from me on ZZZ in terms of the gameplay, because another term that goes around with the HP inflation is the word being sweaty. And a lot of people that I've known in the Weather and Waves community will say, well, you know, hey, ZZZ is a very easy mashy game, but it's really sweaty at the same time. And honestly, I believe that is how the game is designed per se, because think like me for a minute, if you don't mind. Let me paint a picture for you. I want you to think of fighting games. I want you to think in particular games like Guilty Gear Strive and, you know, Guilty Gear Strive, Street Fighter 6. Both of these games from their previous alterations has been toned down, okay? Both these games in their own sense plays casually. They have a casualization through with their own mechanics. But while they're easy to play, they're hard to master. For example, I'll put it like this. A casual player versus a competitive player in a fighting game will be facing a brick wall. What I mean by this is that until they develop a true solid knowledge about how the game works, from player mechanics to from basically by learning footsies, frame data, bread and butter combos, them practicing and learning especially matchup knowledge data. These are things that a competitive player will work to improve daily on to make sure their fighting style is more optimized. And when they go online or they go to locals or anything, you know, they're playing at a different level than a casual player who doesn't really know anything else except, oh, this button makes a fireball. While I know that ZZZ isn't for everyone, and that is fine. I mean, look, I've always looked at it like this when it came to Weather and Waves versus ZZZ pretty much. A lot of people will review right now at this point in time that Weather and Waves and ZZZ are mortal enemies, but in all honesty, I do believe that these two games work really well together. They complement one another, if you would. And I know that the big mean company Hoyo owns ZZZ. You know, the big evil company that apparently defiled Saint's mom one time, or his sister. I have no idea which one, because the guy apparently, you know, has a really huge hate boner for them. But looking away from the company and putting the company aside, the developers who work in ZZZ, who build ZZZ that works for Hoyo, they have shown that they do care about the community. I've seen this personally. They're just like Kuro. They listen to feedback, they make changes, and they do listen. But I do think that what a lot of people don't realize is the fact that these developers take their time to push these updates, these quality of life changes, if you would, to ensure that players get the most out of them. While Weather and Waves is a great game, and I will say it is a good game, I have played it since 1.0, and I do remember some patches that was pushed that, well, broke some things, broke some quests, populated some bugs here and there that required a quick response from Kuro to fix. And if you don't believe me, I do have streams where, for my regular viewers, you know this has happened. I do have streams from the past that we can go find and go look at these bugs. But what I'm getting at here is that I do think that maybe instead of, you know, rushing fixes and updates as fast as Kuro, does ensue a better experience in the long run. But hey, that's just a thought, right? And to get to another topic though that I want to actually bring up before we end this video, I have another response for the Misima Sheild mechanic, the topic that's been going around. And well, let me just play you a quick video, because I think that this video will explain pretty much a lot of things to people out there that are hearing that you need a new character to beat it. So yeah, or $2,000 team. So yeah, let's play the clip. Alrighty, so with all this out of the way, guys, I could go on more, but I don't really want to. I don't want to waste y'all time anymore. I will just say it like this. Again, thank you to the ZZ community for being so supportive, so accepting, and coming to the streams and talking and everything. You guys are great. You guys are amazing. I'm going to leave you off one more time with something of a present for you guys. And then, yeah. Otherwise than that, guys, take it easy. Have a good one. Catch you on the live streams if you do check out, like if you come to the channel, whatever. We do try to live stream every single day on this channel. If not, well, I got a Discord that we just recently built. I will put a fresh link down in the description below. And until next time, catch you on the flip side. Peace.
Why are you in my bathroom again, man?
Every time I walk through that door, there's a fresh pile waiting on the floor. Toilet seat up, stains on the bowl. Saying Tonus, you out of control. No courtesy, flush, no sign of shame. Just leaving skid marks and shifting the blame. You say, yo bro, your place just stinks, but it's your swamp ass in my sinks. Please go back to your place. Why you always breaking into mine? Leave my toilet alone. That porcelain ain't a shared game. I'm begging you, wipe that ass. Flush once or twice, make the trauma pass. St. Thomas, please. This ain't the waves, it's my bathroom cheese. You track mud and shame down the hall, saying yo, I had a stall call. Ain't no call, just a bowel attack. And now my plunger's breaking his back. Took my charm and didn't even fold. Left a swamp gas stench 10 days old. With a yourself, I said with class. Back to the waves, off my ass. Please go back to your place. Leave my toilet alone. I'm losing my mind. Each flush is trauma I can't unwind. St. Thomas, why? This is said it's just a number two, but what you do is more like a biohazard coop. I lit incense, I beg the Lord, but the smell of shame still haunts my floor. Saint time